We're going to be talking about the lamentation of the dead Christ. This is extremely important in the history of art um, because we have been talking about perspective and how this is um, really awkward in perspective issues. You guys know what perspective does and how perspective looks when when it's drawn correctly. And clearly, we have some issues here. So this is by an artist. His name is Andrea Mantegna. It was done in 1480. And from what we know from past knowledge about perspective is that during the 1400s, during the Renaissance, we actually were learning about perspective. So this is the first time that, or one of the first times that we're not doing perspective in a scene. We're actually trying to get perspective correct in a figure, and that's a little different. Just a little side note here, Mantegna probably made this painting for his personal funerary chapel. It was found by his sons in his studio after his death, and it was probably sold off to pay debts. So let's answer this question. What is wrong with this perspective? So we know that what is wrong with this perspective is the fact that his feet are way too small, his head is bigger, his head is further away from us, his feet are closer, okay? His torso looks humongous compared to his legs, and his legs are actually closer to us. So the whole perspective issue is incorrect. And what we call this, what Mantegna is trying to do, is foreshortening. So, what is foreshortening? We need to write foreshortening down in our sketch. Foreshortening is the depiction of an object or figure in a picture to give the illusion of space, of projection or extension into the space. Clearly, Mantegna was not very good at foreshortening. Okay, so if you need to pause this to finish writing this definition down, go right ahead. We want to make sure that the subject itself is in perspective. So let's look at some more examples of what foreshortening is. You guys can see this folder has the lamentation of the dead Christ here. Let's look at this example. You can see here that a proper foreshortening has the hand very, very large and the face smaller behind. So this looks super close to us, and that really gives us a really cool advantage to making the viewer more drawn into our work by the use of foreshortening. This one's just kind of funny. You can actually take a little comic stance to it with a dog. Dogs usually like to be up in your face, and if that's the case, nose is humongous, okay? Right up close to us, you can see his body is a lot smaller. And then let's take a look at the fish really quickly. This is just in contour line, but you could totally tell the head is a lot bigger. The body is shorter because of the way it's turned and bent to us. And then the fins are a lot smaller as well.